Jake Thompson was having the worst day of his college life when the blue light appeared in his dorm room. First, he had failed his morning test. Then, his girlfriend had dumped him by text. Now, a glowing alien portal was opening above his messy bed. What the hell? Jake fell off his chair as a floating metal box emerged from the light. It was silver and covered in strange symbols that seemed to move when he looked at them. The box hovered at eye level, making a soft humming sound. A hologram appeared. An old man with pointed ears and white hair wearing what looked like a space emperor's outfit from a movie. He had the same green eyes as Jake's mom. "Greetings, nephew," the hologram said. "I am, or rather was, your Uncle Gerald. Though in most of the galaxy, I was known as Emperor Gerald of the Thousand Suns." The hologram smiled. Surprise. Jake stared at the image with his mouth open. His mom had mentioned having a brother who went missing years ago, but this had to be a joke. "Right. If you're seeing this message, I'm dead," the hologram continued. "Probably murdered, but that's a problem for another day. Right now, we need to discuss your inheritance." "Inheritance?" Jake found his voice. "I don't understand." "Of course you don't. Your mother and I agreed to keep you hidden from galactic politics until you were ready. But time has run out, and you're the only family I have left." The hologram's face turned serious. "As my heir, you now own 12 star systems, 4 space fleets, my personal fortune of 60 trillion credits, and my wife." "Your wife, 8. Jake squeaked. "My wife, Lady Zora." A second hologram appeared. A beautiful young woman with silver skin and hair like starlight. She looked about Jake's age. "According to ancient imperial law, she is now bound to serve and protect you as she did me." She's not happy about this arrangement. Jake fell back onto his bed. This couldn't be real. He was just a normal 19-year-old guy who couldn't even keep his girlfriend happy. Now he owned planets and someone's wife. "A warning," hologram Gerald said. "The Imperial Council will try to kill you. They never liked that I married someone from the warrior caste. They'll like it even less that she's bound to a human now. But Zara is the deadliest fighter in 3 galaxies. Stay close to her." The hologram started to fade. "One last thing. Don't eat any food the council offers you. That's how they got me. Good luck, nephew. Try not to die." The message ended. Jake sat in silence for exactly 10 seconds before his window exploded inward. A figure in silver armor landed gracefully in his room, pieces of glass falling around her like rain. She removed her helmet, revealing the same beautiful face from the hologram. Lady Zora looked at Jake with eyes that glowed like purple fire. She did not look happy. "So," she said in a voice like ice, "you are my new master." Jake raised his hand weakly. "Oh, hi. I'm Jake, and I don't want to be anyone's master. This is clearly a mistake." "There is no mistake." She pulled out a device and scanned him. "Your DNA confirms it. By the ancient laws, I am bound to serve and protect you." Her eyes narrowed. "But know this, Jake Thompson of Earth, I served the Emperor because I respected him. You have not earned my respect." As if to prove her point, 3 red dots from sniper rifles appeared on Jake's chest. In one fluid motion, Zara tackled him to the floor as energy beams blasted through the wall where he had been standing. She pulled out a strange-looking gun. "Stay down," she ordered. "The assassins are here sooner than I expected." She fired out the window, and Jake heard a distant scream. "Your first lesson in galactic politics begins now." Jake, lying on his dorm room floor as aliens tried to kill him, decided that maybe failing his morning test wasn't the worst part of his day after all. Jake's life changed faster than he could process. One minute, he was hiding behind his overturned bed as laser beams burned holes in his dorm room walls. The next, Lady Zora had grabbed him by his shirt collar and jumped out the 3rd-story window. He screamed all the way down, but instead of crashing, they landed softly in what looked like a bubble of purple energy. "Stop screaming," Zara said, rolling her eyes. Your primitive human lungs will run out of air. 3 black ships appeared in the sky, each smaller than a car, but bristling with weapons. Zara cursed in a language that made the air crackle. Can you drive? She asked, pulling out a small silver cube. I have my license. Jake started. She threw the cube onto the ground. It expanded instantly into a sleek vehicle that looked like a cross between a sports car and a fighter jet. Good. Drive. She shoved him into the driver's seat. The controls looked nothing like a normal car, but as soon as Jake touched them, they transformed into something familiar. A steering wheel and pedals. The ship adapts to its user, Zora explained, climbing into the passenger seat. Now drive fast and try not to die. I need to shoot things. Jake slammed the accelerator. The car ship shot forward at impossible speeds, but somehow he could control it perfectly. It felt like playing a video game, except the explosions behind them were very real. Where are we going? He asked, swerving to avoid a beam of red energy. Your planet's moon, Zara said calmly, assembling what looked like a massive sniper rifle. I have a ship hidden there. The Imperial Council will send more assassins once these fail. How do you know they'll fail? Zara smiled for the first time. It was terrifying, because I'm going to kill them all. She leaned out the window and fired. One of the pursuing ships exploded in a ball of blue fire. That's for ruining my afternoon, she muttered. The remaining ships launched missiles. Jake jerked the wheel hard, and their car ship spun in ways that should have been impossible. The missiles shot past them and exploded harmlessly in the sky. Not bad, Zora admitted, for a human. Thanks, I play a lot of Mario Kart. Out. A massive ship had appeared above them, at least 10 times bigger than the others. Its weapons powered up with an ominous hum. That, Zara said with disgust, is my ex-boyfriend's ship. Your what? Admiral Kron. He never got over the fact that I chose to marry the Emperor instead of him. She started pressing buttons on her armor. He's also the one who probably poisoned your uncle. Oh great, Jake said. Any other crazy exes I should know about? Only the ones trying to kill you. Zora's armor began to glow. Take the ship up. I'm going to do something stupid. What kind of stupid? The kind where I jump onto his ship, break in through the cooling vent, and punch him in his smug face. She checked her weapons. The standard kind of stupid. That's standard. Jake wasn't sure if he should be impressed or terrified. Welcome to galactic politics. Zara's helmet sealed around her head. Oh, and one more thing. If I die, you'll automatically be married to his sister instead. She's even worse than I am. Before Jake could process that horror, Zara opened her door and jumped out, rockets firing from her boots as she shot toward the massive ship above them. Great, Jake muttered, dodging another barrage of weapons fire. I go from failing college tests to being in the middle of a space soap opera. His communicator crackled. I heard that, Zara's voice said. And just wait until you meet my mother. The big ship's engines suddenly exploded. As it began to fall from the sky, Jake realized his life was never going to be normal again. And somehow, that didn't seem like the worst thing anymore. Jake never thought he'd be hiding from alien assassins behind a pretzel stand at the mall. Yet here he was, watching Lady Zora threaten a teenage worker with a space gun. What do you mean you don't accept galactic credits? She demanded. They're worth more than your entire primitive economy. Ma'am, the terrified pretzel guy said, we only take cash or card. Jake pulled out his wallet. I got this. He handed over $5. 2 pretzels, please. Zara stared at the pretzel like it might explode. This is what Earth considers food. Just try it. Better than those space rations you've been. GEDO1. Jake tackled Zora as an energy blade sliced through the pretzel stand, cutting it in half. The pretzel guy screamed and ran. How did they find us? Jake asked, crawling behind a potted plant. Your Earth security is a joke. Zara took a bite of her pretzel while firing her gun with her other hand. Though this bread thing is surprisingly good. 3 figures in sleek black armor emerged from the crowd. Shoppers ran screaming as the assassins activated energy shields that sparked with red lightning. Imperial elite guards, Zara said. Your uncle's personal bodyguards. Looks like they switched sides after his death. Can we take them? We. Zara raised an eyebrow. What can you do? Jake looked around the mall. I worked here last summer. I know things. Like what? He grinned. Like where they keep the cleaning robots. 5 minutes later, the elite guards were advancing carefully through the empty mall. They weren't prepared for 20 cleaning robots to suddenly swarm them, spraying industrial soap in their faces. Their shields don't block physical objects, Jake shouted as the guards slipped and fell. Zara burst out laughing. You're using cleaning machines as weapons. That's... She shocked 2 guards while they were down. Actually brilliant. The last guard managed to stand, only to slip again on the soapy floor. His helmet fell off, revealing a shocked blue-skinned face. Surrender, Zara said, aiming her gun. Never, the guard spat. We serve the true empire, not some human child and his inherited slave wife. Jake stepped forward. Okay, first, she's not a slave. Second, you guys really suck at your job. How dare you? No, seriously, Jake continued. You're supposed to be elite guards, but you just got beaten by cleaning robots and a college kid. That's embarrassing. The guard roared and charged. Zara moved to shoot him, but Jake held up his hand. Wait for it. The guard slipped one final time and fell face first into a fountain. His armor sparked and shorted out. Earth water, Jake explained. It's really conductive. Zara stared at him. You knew their armor would malfunction. Nope, just thought it would be funny. He picked up another pretzel. Want to grab a smoothie while we interrogate him? For the first time, Zara smiled without it looking threatening. You know, Jake Thompson, you might survive being my husband after all. Wait, what? I thought I just inherited you as like a bodyguard or something. Oh right, Zara said, dragging the unconscious guard out of the fountain. I forgot to mention the marriage part. By accepting the inheritance, we're technically already married under galactic law. Jake choked on his pretzel. Weirdo. Don't worry about it. We have bigger problems. She pointed up. Through the mall's glass ceiling, they could see more ships arriving. Like explaining to the Earth authorities why there's a space battle above their shopping center. Actually, Jake said, I have an idea about that too. How do you feel about reality TV? Zora's eyes narrowed. I'm going to regret asking this, aren't I? Probably, Jake grinned. But trust me, humans will believe anything if you tell them it's a publicity stunt for a new show. As if on cue, people started coming back into the mall. Phones out, recording everything. See, Jake waved at the cameras. Now we just need a good title for our show. Zara sighed and grabbed another pretzel. I should have let them shoot you. You like me too much now. I tolerate you slightly more than I want to kill you. There's a difference. Above them, the spaceships started firing, and Jake realized he needed to come up with a really good explanation for why the TV show was destroying the mall's roof. Being married to an alien warrior was turning out to be way more complicated than failing college. This isn't a date, Zara announced as she sat across from Jake in the secret underground bunker's cafeteria. I'm only teaching you about galactic politics because if you die from ignorance, I'll be stuck marrying Admiral Kron's sister. Got it. Not a date. Just my alien wife teaching me why everyone wants to kill me. Jake opened his laptop while eating pizza. Zara poked the slice suspiciously. Your Earth food is so floppy. Try it. If you liked pretzels, you'll love. 3 holograms suddenly burst from Jake's laptop screen. Documents, star maps, and what looked like alien security footage floated in the air. What did you do? Zara demanded. I just tried to check my email. Jake stared at a document written in shifting alien symbols. Wait. I can read this. How can I read this? The marriage bond, Zara explained, grabbing a hologram. It's giving you access to Imperial knowledge. This is interesting. What is? These are the Emperor's private files. He left them in your Earth internet, knowing only his Heir could access them. She pointed to a star map. Look at these trade routes. Notice anything strange? Jake studied the glowing lines. Thanks to his new alien knowledge download, he understood he was looking at shipping lanes for something called quantum crystals. They all pass through Admiral Kron's sector, he said, even though it would be faster to. His eyes widened. He was stealing from the Empire. Exactly. Zora's eyes glowed with excitement. Your uncle was investigating corruption in the Imperial Council. That's why they killed him. But why do they want me dead? I didn't know any of this until now. Because of me. Zara took a bite of pizza and blinked in surprise. This is actually good. Anyway, they think I'll help you claim the throne. They're right, of course. I don't want a throne. I just want to. Jake stopped as new symbols flashed across the holograms. That's weird. What? These shipping manifestos. The dates are wrong. He pointed to a series of numbers. See, according to this, they were delivering quantum crystals to Earth 20 years ago. Zara dropped her pizza. That's impossible. Earth doesn't have quantum technology. No, Jake said slowly, but 20 years ago, my mom was working on a secret government project. She quit suddenly and never talked about it. They stared at each other as the implications sank in. Your uncle, Zara said, he didn't just hide you from galactic politics. He hid Earth itself. The quantum crystals, the technology, he was preparing your planet for something. More holograms erupted from the laptop. Jake saw military plans, weapon designs, and something called Project Human Shield. Oh no, Zara whispered. What? What's Project Human Shield? Before she could answer, the bunker's lights turned red. Alarms blared. Multiple ships entering Earth's atmosphere, a computer announced. Imperial warships detected. Jake grabbed the laptop. We need to warn someone. Call the Army or NASA. Or, too late. Zara pointed to a new hologram, showing a massive fleet approaching Earth. The Imperial Council is making their move. They're not just coming to kill you anymore. Then what do they want? To destroy all evidence of your uncle's plan, including Earth. She grabbed Jake's hand. But they don't know what I know. What's that? Zara grinned. Humans are terrible at keeping secrets. If your mother was working with quantum crystals, she wasn't the only one. How many secret government facilities does Earth have? Lots, but, oh, Jake finally got it. They've been preparing for this for 20 years. Exactly. Now let's go find your mom and wake up Earth's secret quantum army. Zora grabbed another slice of pizza for the road. And Jake, yeah. If we survive this, you can call it a date. Above them, the first Imperial ships entered Earth's atmosphere, unaware they were about to face humanity's hidden quantum weapons. And somewhere in a secret lab, Jake's mom was probably very annoyed that her son's alien marriage was about to expose her classified project. Just another normal day of being the Emperor's Heir. Finding Jake's mom wasn't hard. Breaking into her top-secret underground quantum lab while she was giving a lecture about proper safety protocols. That was interesting. And that's why we never, ever crossed the quantum streams, Dr. Sarah Thompson was saying to a room full of scientists. Any questions? Yes, the boy hanging upside down from the air vent with the alien woman. Hi, Mom. Jake waved awkwardly. So, funny story about Uncle Gerald. Oh good, Sarah sighed. You finally got the inheritance message. Everyone, this is my son and his new wife. They're why we've been preparing for galactic war for 20 years. The scientists stared. Meeting adjourned, Sarah announced. Go activate your quantum weapons. Carol, stop recording this on your phone. It's still classified. 10 minutes later, Jake and Zara sat in his mom's office, surrounded by humming quantum computers and a wall full of alien tech that definitely wasn't supposed to be on Earth. You knew? Jake asked. All this time? Of course I knew. Your uncle. And I planned this. Sarah pulled out a quantum crystal. We knew the Imperial Council would eventually try to attack Earth. So we cheated. How do you cheat at galactic war? Zara asked. Sarah grinned. By breaking every rule in the book. You see those ships up there? She pointed to a screen showing the Imperial fleet. Their quantum shields only work against registered galactic weapons. And Earth weapons aren't registered, Jake realized. Exactly. We're too primitive to be a threat, which is why they won't expect this. Sarah pressed a button. Across the planet, hidden facilities activated. But instead of advanced alien weapons, they launched what looked like. Are those modified PlayStation controllers? Jake asked in disbelief. Your uncle noticed something about humans. Sarah explained. We're really good at video games. So we built our quantum defense system to work like one giant multiplayer game. On screen, thousands of gamers who thought they were beta testing a new space combat game were actually controlling Earth's real defense satellites. This is insane, Zara said. You turned planetary defense into a video game. With quantum-enhanced reflexes and real-time strategy elements, Sarah added proudly. The Imperial Council thinks they're attacking the primitive planet. Instead, they're facing millions of gamers who've been unknowingly training for this moment for years. Above them, the Imperial fleet was discovering that Earth's primitive weapons could pierce their advanced shields, and the gamers were having the time of their lives. POGGRS, someone yelled over the command channel. These graphics are amazing. Quick question. Jake raised his hand. Does this mean all those times I was playing Galaxy Defender on my phone, you were actually defending Earth from scout ships? Sarah nodded. You're welcome for the practice. By the way, you're grounded for getting space married without telling me. To be fair, Zara said, he didn't know about the marriage part. Still grounded. Now, who wants to help me activate the quantum nukes I hid in every video game arcade on the planet? Jake and Zara stared at her. I'm kidding about the nukes, Sarah laughed. Then whispered to Zara, I'm not kidding about the nukes. Suddenly, Admiral Kron's face appeared on every screen. This is impossible, he raged. How are they beating our best ships with? Are those children's toys? Hi Kron. Zara waved. Having trouble with the primitive humans. You, he snarled. You're behind this. Actually, Jake stepped forward. That would be my mom. And about 1 million gamers who think this is the best VR setup ever. You think this is a game? Kron's face turned purple with rage. No, Sarah said, typing commands. We think it's a tutorial. Kids, time for the boss battle. Across Earth, gamers received a notification. Final BOSS UNOCKED. Defeat Admiral Kron for BONUS points. As thousands of quantum-enhanced weapons locked onto his ship, Kron finally realized why the Emperor had protected Earth for so long. Humans didn't play by the rules. They changed the game entirely. And they were really good at boss battles. Report TDDFO or HAACKIing. Admiral Kron screamed as another wave of Earth's quantum weapons hit his flagship. This is impossible. Actually, Jake's mom said over the comms, it's just good game design. Wave 3 incoming. Across the planet, millions of gamers who thought they were playing Galaxy Defender Ultra were demolishing the Imperial fleet. Twitch streamers were accidentally becoming more heroes. Yo, chat. One popular streamer yelled. These NPCs are so realistic. Big shout out to the dev team. In Sarah Thompson's quantum lab, Jake watched the battle through both regular monitors and quantum holograms. Should we tell them it's real and risk them getting performance anxiety? His mom snorted. Besides, look at their scores. On screen, a 12-year-old girl from Tokyo was outmaneuvering 3 Imperial cruisers while streaming to her Hello Kitty fan club. Zara shook her head in disbelief. Your planet fights wars through children's entertainment, says the woman who married me through inheritance paperwork, Jake replied. Speaking of marriage, Sarah interrupted, incoming transmission from your mother-in-law. The screens flickered, revealing a tall, silver-skinned woman in ornate armor. Her hair literally sparkled with starlight. Hello, daughter, the woman said. I see you've married a human. How quaint. Mother. Zara straightened. Meet Jake and his mother, who's currently destroying the Imperial fleet with video games. Charmed, Sarah waved while typing commands. Love your hair. Is it actual starlight or just really good conditioner? Before Zara's mom could answer, Admiral Kron's face appeared on another screen. Lady Starweaver, he said, these humans are cheating, using unregistered weapons, playing games during a war. Oh, shut up, Kron. Lady Starweaver rolled her eyes. You killed my daughter's first husband and tried to force her to marry your sister. Speaking of which, she smiled wickedly. The warrior caste has decided to intervene. Suddenly, hundreds of new ships appeared, all piloted by silver-skinned warriors with starlight hair. Mom, Zora gasped. You brought the entire clan. Of course, dear. We had to meet your new husband properly. Lady Starweaver's smile turned dangerous. Also, I've always hated the Imperial Council. Such boring dinner parties. On yet another screen, a teenage streamer shouted, Ninyi duvu DLC characteras, just duro PT. Sylvior space LVs with epic gear. Jake turned to his mom. You planned this too? Nope, Sarah grinned. But I did program the game to automatically integrate new allies. Your uncle thought of everything. The battle shifted as warrior caste ships joined Earth's gamers. Professional esports teams were coordinating strategies with ancient alien warriors. Someone had started a K-pop soundtrack. Admiral Kron watched in horror as his fleet was dismantled by what looked like a massive multiplayer party. This isn't how war works, he screamed. On Earth it is, Jake said. We've got gamers, streamers, quantum weapons, and now space elves. Plus, he checked his phone. We're trending on Twitter. What's a Twitter? Your worst nightmare. Sarah pressed a button, initiating total viral marketing campaign. Every social media platform exploded with clips from the battle. Hashtag Space War and hashtag Galaxy Defender IRL started trending. Conspiracy theorists were having the best day of their lives. Face it, Kron. Zara stepped forward. You lost the moment you underestimated Earth. They turned war into a game, and games into weapons. Also, she grinned. My mom brought cookies. Lady Starweaver held up a plate of glowing treats. They're made with real starlight. Family recipe. As the Imperial fleet crumbled under the combined might of Earth's gamers and the warrior caste, Jake realized his life had become the weirdest crossover event in history. And somehow, the cookies were still the strangest part of his day. By the way, his mom added casually, wait until you see what we did with Minecraft. The universe, Jake decided, wasn't ready for that revelation. The Imperial Council's emergency meeting was going poorly, mainly because it was being live-streamed on Twitch. How did humans get in here? A council member demanded. We didn't, Jake smiled from his holographic seat. Your quantum security was designed to block advanced hacking, not teenagers with gaming PCs. The council chamber, a massive space station orbiting a dying star, was now filled with holographic feeds from Earth. Millions were watching, commenting, and rating the council members' outfits. The purple cape guy is definitely sus. One comment read, can we ban these primitives? Another council member asked. Actually, Zara stepped forward, her silver armor gleaming. Earth is now officially the most advanced civilization in the galaxy. They just did it differently. Through games, the council leader looked disgusted. Through creativity, Jake's mom corrected, appearing in her own hologram. She was still wearing her lab coat with a Galaxy Defender Pro Player badge. While you were building bigger weapons, we turned defense systems into entertainment. Our entire planet learned space combat without knowing it. And now, Lady Starweaver added, materializing with a plate of glowing cookies, they have the warrior caste's support. Cookie. The council chamber erupted in chaos. Viewers on Earth started placing bets on which council member would rage quit first. Order. The council leader shouted, "We cannot allow." Actually, Jake interrupted, "You don't have a choice. Because while you were distracted by our gamers, my mom activated Uncle Gerald's final protocol." Sarah held up her phone, showing a simple game of Snake, except the snake was eating through the council's quantum encryption. You gave control of your security to a phone game. Admiral Kron, now in custody, looked horrified. Not just any game, Sarah grinned. The first game your emperor played on Earth. He loved it so much, he built his entire security system to work like it. On screens across the galaxy, the Imperial Council's power simply vanished, like a game being uninstalled. So, Jake stood up, holding Zara's hand. Here's what's going to happen. Earth is joining the galactic community, but on our terms. We're keeping our games, our weird solutions, and our way of doing things. And if we refuse, then my mother-in-law's entire clan will show up for dinner, with cookies. The council collectively shuddered. Also, Zara added, we're reforming the empire. No more corruption, no more secret assassinations. Just open trade, cultural exchange. And, she smiled at Jake, maybe some gaming tournaments. Speaking of games, Sarah said casually, who wants to see what Earth's Minecraft players built while you were distracted? A hologram appeared showing massive space stations, quantum-powered ships, and entire solar systems recreated block by block. They did this for fun. A council member whispered in awe. Humans, Lady Starweaver said proudly, are delightfully chaotic, which is why my daughter's marriage was the best thing to happen to the galaxy. Even though I didn't know about it, Jake asked. Especially because you didn't know about it, all three women answered together. And so, the galaxy changed. Earth joined the galactic community, bringing its unique blend of gaming, creativity, and chaos. The Imperial Council was reformed, with representatives from all species, including professional gamers. Admiral Kron was sentenced to play mobile games with unskippable ads for eternity. Jake and Zara became the newest viral sensation across space, their story spawning actual games, movies, and a reality show that Lady Starweaver definitely didn't secretly produce. And every year, on the anniversary of the Battle for Earth, players across the galaxy compete in Galaxy Defender tournaments, not knowing they're actually maintaining peace through the power of gaming. You know, Jake said to Zara as they watched Earth's first official quantum gaming arena open, when I failed that college test, I didn't expect to end up here. When I married your uncle, I didn't expect to end up loving his nephew, Zara replied. Or Earth's strange ways. Or these pretzel things. Speaking of strange, Sarah called out, your mother-in-law is here. She brought quantum-enhanced Christmas cookies. Are they safe? Jake asked. Of course not. Lady Starweaver appeared with a glowing plate. They're family recipes. As the cookies sparkled with actual starlight, Jake realized that maybe failing college wasn't the worst thing that could happen to someone. Sometimes it led to alien marriages, galactic gaming revolutions, and cookies that literally tasted like stardust. Even if they did give you quantum hiccups.